everyone, today we're going to talk about solving multi-step equations, and this should be review for you. We did a lot of it last year. To solve multi-step equations, you're going to use inverse operations, and that means when you see addition, you're going to do subtraction. When you see multiplication, you're going to do division, and so on. And then it says to isolate the variable, and that just means to get the letter by itself. So if there's an x in the problem, you're getting x by itself. If there's a y in the problem, you're getting y by itself. Let's look at an example. The height in feet of a tree after x years is 1.5x plus 15. After how many years is the tree 24 feet tall? Okay, so this is a word problem, and in any word problem, we need to figure out what the variable represents. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and copy this right here, and then I want to see what that x represents, and I want to see what to do with this, right? The 24 is in the problem. I need to figure out where to put it. Well, if you look back at the problem, it says x years, which means x represents the number of years. Okay, so that's good to know. I'm going to just mark this down here so you see what I'm thinking. And it says the height is this, which really means this whole thing represents the height, which means the height goes over here. Okay, so now I need to start, I need to put the 24 in. Well, the 24 is 24 feet tall. 24 feet tall represents the height. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite the problem. I'm going to set it equal to 24. The question is, after how many years? We said that x represents the years. So if I solve for x, that's going to tell me how many years. All right, well, this is a multi-step equation, and we need to get x by itself. First thing we're going to do is get rid of the 15. Because it says plus 15, we're going to subtract. We know we do that to both sides. We're left with 1.5x equals 9. And then we still want to get x by itself. I see multiplication. I'm going to do division. Right, and since I divide the left side by 1.5, I have to divide the right side by 1.5. And if you do that on your calculator, the answer is 6. Which means it's going to be 6 years. Okay, let's look at another example. This one's not a word problem, we just have to solve it. So we've got 8x minus 6x minus 25 equals negative 35. Alright, let me go ahead and rewrite it, just so I have a little more room. So the first thing we want to do in any multi-step equation is see if we can combine anything. We couldn't combine anything on the previous problem, but on this one we can because we have two terms with x. So I'm going to go ahead and do 8x minus 6x, which gives me 2x, and I'll copy over the rest of the problem. And then we're kind of back to where we were before, right? So I need to get x by itself. I'm going to go ahead and move the 25 over. It says subtraction, so I'm going to do addition. I'll do that to the side as well. And here's what I'm left with. 2x on the left, negative 35 plus 25 is going to give me a negative 10. And I'm down to one more step. We need to get x by itself. I see times 2 here, right? There's a hidden multiplication sign. I'm going to go ahead and divide. And divide. And that's going to give me an answer of negative 5. Okay, let's keep going. For these three, what I'd like you to do is pause the video and try them on your own. And then once you've done all three, you're going to hit play, and you can check your work with mine. For number 1, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. I'm going to divide by negative 3, and I get z equals negative 2. For number 2, I'm going to go ahead and add 9 to both sides. Negative dividing by a half. So when I do both sides divided by a half, negative 16 divided by a half gives me negative 32. And then if we look at number 3, we're going to combine. Negative 4n minus 8n is negative 12n. I'm going to go ahead and move the 17 over. 23 minus 17 is going to give me 6. Divide by negative 12. And that's going to give me, when I simplify, well, before I simplify, I have this. And then if I simplify, I have negative 1/2. Okay, so just check your answers with mine. Make sure you have the same answers there. If you have a decimal for the third one, that's fine. You could represent this as negative 0.5 as well. Typically, if it starts with a fraction, you end with a fraction. This one didn't start with a fraction, so either one is fine. Okay, let's keep going here. Example 3, we're adding a little bit more to it, right? We have parentheses in the problem, and so we're going to need to tackle that before we tackle anything else. I'm going to go ahead and recopy the problem to have some more room. And before I do anything else, I need to distribute. So I'm going to distribute the 2 to the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to distribute the 2 to the negative 5x. 2 times negative 5x is negative 10x. I'm going to copy over the rest of the problem. And now I need to say to myself, can I combine anything? Well, yeah, I've got a 2, I've got a plus 4. Those two things can be combined. 2 plus 4 is 6, and I still have everything else left. I need to get x by itself. I'm going to subtract 6. Subtract 6. Don't forget that you still have this here. Okay, that negative sign or subtraction sign, that's attached to the 10. So I've got negative 10x equals negative 14. Okay, now I'm one step away. I need to go ahead and get x by itself. Well, in order to get x by itself, I need to divide by negative 10. Divide by negative 10. I've got x equals 14 over 10, which, if I simplify, is 7 tenths. Okay, let's take a look at one more example. So example 4 says, use the table to find the number of miles x you need to run on Friday so that the mean number of miles run per day is 1.5. Okay, so once again we've got a word problem. So let's go ahead and identify the things that we need to know. First of all, the question is x. What does x represent? Well, if you look right here, x represents miles. Okay, and then the other thing that we notice is we've got mean number of miles right here. If you think back to when you learned mean, median, and mode, mean is going to be average. Then you ask yourself, how do I find the average of things? Well, think about it. If you're finding the average of grades, if all the grades are out of the same number, you add them all up. You divide by the number of grades you have. That goes for anything, for average. So average equals the total divided by the number of things. In this case, we have days. Okay, so let's go ahead and fill in what we know, because this is our equation. So we should be able to fill in everything and then have an x somewhere, right? Well, the first thing is average. In the problem, it says the mean number of miles run per day is 1.5. That means we want our average to be 1.5. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1.5 for the average. Now the total, if you look over here, I need the total of all 5 days, but there's one day I don't know, and that's Friday. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and write out what I would do if I were to add them all up. I would add up Monday plus Tuesday plus Wednesday plus Thursday plus Friday. And the last thing I need to look at is number of things. Well, in this case, things is days, and there's 5 days. So I'll go ahead and put divided by 5. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify. So 1.5 equals 2 plus 1.5 is 3.5. The zeros are done, but I still need the x. Now I need to get x by itself. Well, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by 5 to get some more room. So if I multiply this side by 5, that cancels those out. If I multiply this side by 5, I'm going to go ahead and get 7.5. And then I just need to get x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 3.5 from both sides. 7.5 minus 3.5 is 4. So you need to run 4 miles on Friday. That's my answer. Okay. So I have a couple more that I want you to do on your own. Go ahead and pause the video here and do them. When you finish, go ahead and hit play and then check your answers. First, I'm going to distribute. I'm going to combine the x's and add 6 to both sides. Divide by 2. And x is negative 3 halves or negative 1.5. Either one is fine. If I look at number 5, I'm going to distribute the 1.5. So 2 times 1.5 is 3. And then I'll distribute over to the negative 1 as well. I can combine 5 and negative 1.5. And that gives me 3.5. Subtract 3.5 from both sides. 3b equals 0.5 minus 3.5 is negative 3. Divide by 3, and d is negative 1. Okay, so that's the end of those couple, and then I want you to do one more on your own. Go ahead and pause it here, and then when you finish, check your work. Okay, so hopefully you've done this one. Let's take a look at it together. You scored these 3 out of the 3 tests. Right, solve an equation to find the score you need on the 4th test. Well, we're going to deal with average again. So average is the total divided by the number of things. Let's go ahead and fill it in. We want the average to be 90. Total, let's see. We have this so far, and this, and this. We don't know the last one. That's where our plus x comes in. When all is said and done, we're going to have 4 tests. So we need to go ahead and solve that. Let's do times 4 on both sides. That gives me 360 equals, if I go ahead and add these, I have 182.67 plus x. Subtract 267. And I have 93. So your answer should be that you need a 93 in the last test to get an average of a 90. Alright, so that's the end of the video. If you need to look back at anything, obviously feel free to go back in the video and rewatch anything you need, and be prepared to do practice on this tomorrow in class.